What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to roll the rear fenders of an E46 BMW M3, very similar to the E90 and other cars. So what you need is the fender roller. This is an Eastwood brand. You can buy this or you could rent it online, and there's different brands. And you'll need a heat gun. So I already rolled part of the fender, but I want to roll it a little more. And you see this bolt? I actually grind it down a little bit just to give a little bit more clearance. So the car is safely on jack stands. And I actually have a jack underneath for extra precaution. And I'm doing the rear of the car, and I have it in neutral right now, so the fender roller can move around. And again, the fender roller is adjustable. You can actually change this position to here if it was a different car based on the angle. What's great about the fender roller is you can loosen this part right here, and this can go up and down. You loosen this part here, and this can change the tilt of it. So what you want to do is when you spin this to get the fender roller working its way out, you want to make sure that this is at the right height of where you want to hit, and you want to make sure this is tilted at the right angle to basically fold that lip inward. If it's at an aggressive angle, it's more vertical, it's going to push the whole thing out. And depending on what you want, you may want to push the whole thing out, or you want to maybe just bend the lip. So these 2 points are adjustable. Once you have it at the angle you want, you tighten it, and as I turn this here, you can see the fender roller moves out. And this is a pretty good angle here, as you can see, to the lip. And as you turn this counterclockwise, it's going to force this whole arm to come out. And then what you want to do with the heat gun is you want to heat the area that you're working and just work like 6 to 8 inches, and then another 6 to 8 inches. You don't want to work this entire fender at one shot. So this is the angle I want. Then I'm going to roll this back and forth while I have the heat gun pointing here. So I'm going to turn this thing, the fender roll, out a little bit to create outward pressure. Actually a little bit in or out, just to get it to where you want it. And you're going to basically work it back and forth. And then you increase the pressure a little bit, and then hit it a little bit more. So I'm going to slowly work my way towards the front of the car. And again, changing the outward pressure of this, so you create a little bit more pressure. And you can adjust the angle based on how you work through it. As you do this, you want to make sure that you watch how you're rolling it, because if you go too aggressive, you can crack the paint, or it could be kind of wavy. So you want to do it kind of a little at a time and adjust the pressure a little at a time. You want to maintain the whole fender flare flow. You don't want to make it too aggressive in one or two spots. It could be wavy, or you can crack the paint. So you want to keep an eye on it and work it slowly. Because this is a dedicated track car for me, I'm a little bit more aggressive on how I'm rolling it. I just need the extra clearance. But this basically gives you an idea how to roll your fenders. The front is pretty much the same. However, the front is thinner steel, whereas the rear has kind of a double lip, so it's a lot harder to roll the rears. The fronts are very soft, so you don't want to go too aggressive in the front. So a problem area here for the E46s, and also on some of the E90s, is this little corner where the fender meets the bumper. It tends to go in there, and it's really difficult to roll. So what you can do is heat up the paint in this area, leave the fender roller in this spot, and you basically just start cranking it outward. Make sure that the roller is where you want it. And now you just leave it here and just start cranking it outward slowly. And it can kind of force that little lip outward. And you don't have to roll this spot. You can just leave it like that. And start cranking it a little bit more slowly and slowly. So let's see how it looks once I loosen it. So once I loosen it and get out of the way, a little bit more clearance. And I think this is pretty good for this side. Now I'm going to do the other side.